Tell me, Tony, who is responsible for this Rick-rolling shenanigan?
That's a good question. Who is responsible for the shenanigans? Welcome back, folks. Marvel Heroes 2015. ID Jester, your host. We have got Mr. Captain America. And as usual, we are moving him up from level 59 to level 60. So we'll spend a few minutes here covering what he does and what he can do, and show you some power, some gameplay. We've been kind of cranking through these chests because I think today is the last day of their chests. So I've been trying to get as much out of them as I can. Boy, am I going to miss these chests. Just being able to level these characters up really pretty quickly is very nice. So as far as items go, you can see we've got a whole bunch of items here for them. These chests seem to drop quite a few things for us, so that's always a good thing as well. We've got all kinds of different things. This interesting thing, though, actually, this character has got two of these very interesting things. If you look at the currently equipped item there, down at the bottom, it says a challenge bonus +1 speed. And so you can see that he's only got 3 ranks of Indestructible Shield and 3 ranks of Captain America Super Soldier powers. But he's getting a challenge bonus of +1 speed. So I haven't figured out if I want to keep that or not. You can see this new chest, this other item has 7 ranks and 5 ranks. And in fact, I even have one, maybe there's another one. Yeah, this one here is 7 ranks and 6 to all of his super soldier powers. So I might be replacing that speed bonus one once we get up to level 60. As I mentioned, he has 2 of these because he also has one here on this shield we picked up a long time ago that is also giving us +1 strength bonus, challenge bonus. So the rest of his items here use a shout power, which we'll talk about when we talk about powers. After using a movement power, he does extra damage. When you use a shield throw power, your next melee power. So he's got a lot of combo synergy, I guess, with his items, which is really cool. We've used a Casket of Ancient Winters, which is now up to level 3 here. We're getting quite a bit of extra damage with our area powers. If we look at our powers here, which we'll do in just a sec, we found this unique ring quite a while back and given it to him. And he's made it all the way up from level 42 to level 60 here really quickly. So +1 on the movement powers, +1 on melee. We've only got a couple artifacts in there. Haven't really spent time trying to min-max his artifacts at all, and we have kind of an older medallion there, but it is a cosmic medallion. We just got another cosmic medallion from one of our chests not too long ago. Well, let's take a look at what he does power-wise. So he's got the little lunge forward power, which is nice, and he has his kind of default powers: throw his shield out, bounces around, does hits like 7 people and then bounces back to them. So that's always a good thing when you got groups of enemies like this. We just spam out our shield power pretty regularly, just some extra damage. All the enemies as we're fighting whoever we're happen to be fighting, and that's always a good thing. We do have this guy show up every once in a while, which looks like a copy of the Torch there, although it's not the Torch. It's got a different outfit or something. And I'm not sure where we're getting it from, actually. I don't have anything that I know of. And let's look through his items here real quick again, just to make sure. Oh, there it is. The original Torch who fight along with you for 30 seconds. So that's how we're getting him. So that's also good.
Gotta save some of this for the bad guy.
So a little lunge forward to throw our shield around when there's a whole bunch of enemies like this one here. And as our shield's bouncing around doing damage to them, we're also doing some melee punching and kicking and all that stuff. Our other powers are, we leap up in the air and come crashing down. It's called Airborne Assault. See if we can find a nice group of enemies to come crashing down on. You see this little lunge forward actually takes quite a bit of spirit. Here we go. Lunge! Yeah. Ooh, missed him. A shield killed him before it even had that. Well, let's go take a look at our supervillains here, our bosses, because I want to show you our ultimate power.
Nothing in the tank.
Yep, I know. Alright, so here's our ultimate. Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Alright. You can see we're just basically Iron Man comes down and channels his beam through our shield, and we can send that out into the enemies. Does a pretty good amount of damage. See, we got another Captain America here fighting with us. That's nice. And there's Kursk. We'll go ahead and look at the rest of his powers once we finish taking out the bosses, because obviously we are after these chests, this magic bonus chest. There's one right there. Did we miss the other one, or we already picked it up? Okay. Oh, we already picked it up, but we'll get that here in just a second. Alright, come on, kill him.
I can do this all day.
Throw our shield around. Come on, get him. There you go. Alright. So we got the little lunge forward. We got the shield bound. So we got the airborne assault. Hey-ya! Chop! Okay, now we also have this torque shield throw. We can spin it around us. It goes around really, really fast. All you see is like a red line that goes around us, but we'll do that here without any enemies, so you can take a look at that. So basically, throw, kind of goes around, anybody in there gets hit. We have this indestructible shield power. Basically, once we activate it, the active effect lets us negate 60% of all damage, and all incoming attacks are considered blocked, which is kind of important for some of our other powers, because you can see here the cooldown is reduced by 1 second when you block an attack. So once we activate this torque shield throw, then we activate our indestructible shield. Every time we block, our cooldown will be reduced by 1 second if we block an attack. So more than likely it'll get reduced by a second, because it does have like a 6-second cooldown. We can normally get that down to 5 seconds or less. That's not too bad. So we'll try that out. Let's throw our shield. Alright, and then we'll activate our indestructible, and you see we can throw our shield again, because just like that, it was just so quickly to get our power back. And since it does a pretty good amount of damage, I like to use it a couple times. We don't really want to be fighting these group of enemies here. Let this take too long for us to
Give up yet?
Alright, well, let's throw our shield, then we'll activate our blocking power, and we'll be able to throw our shield again here any second. Yeah. So that's a nice little combo that works well together there. And throw our shield. There we go. Throw our shield. Throw our shield one more time. There we go. We'll activate this. Our last little power is actually a Spirited Shout, which we can activate, and gives us some bonuses. Oh, that was a bad shield throw right in the... That's the one thing with him. We don't really need to fight these guys. Let's go fight a group of enemies that's going to give us something good. So you see the shield bouncing around as we're fighting other guys, which is kind of a... Throw our little shield, activate our blocker, and get our shield back, throw it again. I wish the graphics on that shield, torque shield throw were a little better, so you could see the shield. I mean, it just happens so quick. It just goes around so quickly. You just see that little line there, and sometimes you can miss it. Alright, we haven't looked at our signature power yet. Our signature powers is Fighting Spirit of America. Fighting Spirit. America! We activate it, and it gives us and our allies a big boost. Actually, let's go ahead and show you our boost over there in the bottom right-hand corner. Activator shield power.
You're making this easy.
Seriously is right, guys. Have these guys spawning in right on top of the enemy bosses. That's not cool. Not cool at all. Come on, Torch. Get him, buddy. Get him, Torch. We got Spider-Man. We got Torch. We got Iron Man helping us on our ultimate power, which probably isn't ready yet. We'll see. Let's see. Is it ready? Is it ready? Nope, not ready yet. Take obviously all of our bonuses there, all of our medals. We'll pick up these XP bubbles. I guess it's not really that important because we're up to level 60 now. Look at us go. We'll activate our ultimate power, or signature power, sorry, once again here. And I don't know if you saw the graphical effect. Activate it again here in just another minute. Set some of these chests out there. There we go. Good job. Alright, well we activate. Well, we've got 30 seconds to wait, so we'll go ahead and just wait our turn here. Activate that. Throw our shield, let it bounce around. You can see if there's like two enemies, it just boom, 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 like a big pinball. It's great. If you can get like 2 or 3 really good ones like these guys here. Let's see here. Boom, 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 back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. There we go. This is what I wanted to see. Extra damage while I'm sitting there punching them and kicking them and everything. So. Alright, so we're going to activate our signature power. Ready? Ta-da! The little white star comes out, lets us know we're buffed. You see all the different buffs. I think they last 10 seconds. Basically gives us a whole bunch of different buffs. We'll look at our abilities here in just a second.
That's enough out of you. Take the hint.
Good, good, good. We're doing well, doing well, doing well. There we go. Alright. Let's get out of here. Let's head back towards the base here. Yeah, I'm not interested in fighting you guys. Thank you.
Stand with us or against us.
Okay, so you see lots of nice little chests here that we're collecting. Level 57. So, the problem is we're running out of heroes. We are really running out of heroes. We've got 769 Eternity Splitters. So we've got enough we can get another hero, but we put us way behind our goal there. So yeah, we're looking at powers here. So powers, Avengers Assemble. The Hulk smashes, hammer down, and the refracting repulsor. I didn't even notice Hulk come crashing down. Sorry. Hammer down. So revives fallen teammates. And refractor is the Iron Man thing, which gives us 97,000 twice per second. And it lasts for 11 seconds. Of course, a 10-minute cooldown. Pretty standard. Pretty standard stuff there. So our signature power. Here's our buff effects. You see our damage rating goes through the roof, defensive rating, we gain power, we gain endurance, we gain toughness, and it also gives us a +1 power duration per point in Avengers Assemble. And, not only that, but it restores 76% of our maximum spirit. It does have a 1-minute cooldown, which is one of the longest cooldowns that we've come across for signature powers. But basically, once every minute, you're going to get a really good buff, as you can see. Damage rating, of 1944. What is our total damage rating? So basically, 1944 basically doubles, more than doubles our damage output for 10 seconds. Plus, it gives all our allies all these bonuses. Go ahead and activate it again, and let's see if our signature power is ready again. Nope, not ready yet. Damn it. Well. All our allies are getting their bonuses as well now, so that's always a good thing. Activate our little shield bonus, our little power here. somebody's turned us invisible. Obviously, Invisible Woman has turned us invisible, but take all that, take all this. Trying to collect all these chests for the next hero we're going to be playing, which we're going to look at here in a second, because, as I mentioned previously, Captain America just gave us a buff, because we gave everybody else a buff. That's a good thing. Oh, we just hit him in the back of his head with our shield. That was a good one.
Do you feel better knowing you got
Get some
beat by
Omega
me?
points. Excellent. So the rest of his powers here, they do a pretty good job of scaling up. Even when you first start, you have a little shield toss. It doesn't bounce around like the shield bounce power, but at least you can throw your shield out. It does some pretty good damage. And then as you progress up your chain, this is a level 52 hero with the signature power at level 30, and of course your ultimate power at level 52. This one seems to do a pretty good job of scaling as you move up, giving you a little bit better powers, giving you a little better options to use. It does have a few passive powers here, mostly obviously to do with critical hit ratings or melee powers, or let's see, what was the other one here? Damage rating with your shield throws. So here's kind of your shield powers. This is just your buff section here, and then your Living Legends powers, which are kind of melee. So our basic strike power does 16 to 25, a little bit better than I would say average for a basic power. Just most of them I would say do between 10 and 15. We're doing 16 to 25, so slightly better. Plus it gives us a critical hit rating, damage bonus there. And you got to also consider, while we're bashing people with our shield and hitting people and kicking and punching them and everything, we can use our shield bounce to do 17 to 26,000, and it'll hit a maximum of 8 targets. Plus it makes them vulnerable, and they'll take more damage for 6 seconds. So pretty good combo there. He has quite a few different shouts. You can invigorate, you can give an aggressive shout, you can give a spirited shout. Or one of your big boy powers is the Patriot's Challenge, where you can taunt enemies into fighting you, and you also have a passive effect that gives you 446 damage versus enemies targeting you. I don't use this one that much just because he's got so many powers already out here that just don't have enough room on my action bar to be able to do that. I put some points into it so I at least get the passive effect. Passive effects always are in effect, so obviously a good thing. But I don't usually do the active effect, which is good that they have that. So even if you for a big boy power, there's been some heroes that we played that their big boy powers we didn't even put points into, and it's just a damn shame. At least this one we're getting some kind of effect for it, so that's good. And then we have the shield torque throw, which is really nice. Interesting enough, when I logged in today, there was a message that they reset all of the active skill slots to number 1 because of this torque shield throw power. They must have adjusted it somehow. I'm not sure exactly. It looks, I don't know if they adjusted how much damage it does, but the stun duration and the cooldown reduction seems the same as it was yesterday. So I don't know why or how. Once I find that out, maybe I'll leave everybody a message. But you can see they've because of this power, they've reallocated action point number 1 here. You reset all your points so you could reassign your points, because they adjust this power, which they do quite a bit, which is really fair. I mean, if they're going to adjust your power, they give you your points back and they say, hey, respend your points. If you don't want to use this power anymore, that's fine. If you do, great. So really appreciate them doing things like that. Although it wouldn't really matter to us, because we've got, I don't know, 50 to 100 of those respec thing. What are they called?
I'm just happy to help out, Cap.
Recon devices. We got 57 of them. So I don't usually, I spent a few of them, maybe 10 to 15 of them so far, on just to respec characters out, respend their points. But I've got a million of them left, so it doesn't really matter to me. But I appreciate them that probably a lot of people don't have as many of these items, and so they're giving you a free opportunity to go ahead and reallocate your points because they've adjusted this power. Like I said, I don't know if they adjusted it with more. Hello, go away, dude. Hey, you too, go away. I'm talking here. You're interrupting my story. So I don't know if they adjusted the damage, but I think the cooldown and the cooldown reduction was the same. The only thing I can think of is maybe it was originally 5 seconds and then reduced by a second when you block an attack. And maybe they figured that was just too powerful, but I could have sworn it was 6 seconds. Anyways, as I mentioned, power-wise, scales pretty well. You've got lots of different powers as you're working up the chain here from level 1 to level 60. The leaping strike power is pretty good. It does some pretty good damage. The only issue I have with it, let's go ahead and just replace this power and use it. You can see basically you leap forward and then you come down with your shield. And the problem I have with this power is so many times I go to use it and an enemy moves out of the way, or you miss it, or you're facing the wrong way and you don't land exactly where you want to, and it's basically a wasted attack. And so I just decided to go in another direction. You can see I got quite a few points. I put 9 points into it. But just because I kept missing with the attack, I mean, you're like, how can you miss with the attack? Because, well, you can see, here I'm just using it right now to see if I can target them and land on them and hit them, and it's just not working out as well as I thought it was going to, just because you got to be so precise. Unlike, your other powers where you don't have to be as precise and make sure you land in the exact spot you need to land in. So, yeah, I don't use that one. I use the airborne assault one instead, where you come down and do an area damage around you, which seems to work out much better for me. Yeah, boom! And you can see a nice little graphical effect. At least you can see you're doing something. Problem with this one is it actually has quite a big cooldown. But you can see you can reduce it when you block an attack. So 8 seconds down to 1 second. I wish this one would be 5 seconds and reduced down to 1 second. But you can't get everything. Anyways, so that's powers, or some powers. Anyways, we look at his ultimate power, the Living Legend, hero synergy. Probably haven't really adjusted this from a long time ago, but should probably obviously look into this. We don't even have Juggernaut with his movement powers done here. We do have some of the good ones on here. Melee, yeah, that's not bad. The problem is we've run into the problem where we have so many heroes max level. It's hard to really choose which ones do you want. Do you want the extra movement? Do you want the extra spirit? Do you want the extra damage? So we're getting into an area now where just about any ones we choose are going to give us a nice bonus here. You can see all of our bonuses over here. Spirit. We got bonus XP. We got critical damage. Do you want extra damage against normals and elites? Do you want extra energy damage, which we don't do energy damage, so we should probably try to adjust that. We're getting some of it for Cyclops and a couple of the others. As far as the Omega system, we did put a few points in. Now I'm trying to remember what we put them into. Oh yeah, we were working up this chain, kind of interesting enough, just to try it out and see. We got a whole bunch of things, so we're getting XP on enemy defeated, health regen, melee attacks deal an additional 61 energy damage, a 5% chance to dodge, 5% chance to send the ground on fire, movement speed and attack speed, spirit cost reduction for melee powers, 1% damage with thrown equipment, base damage with melee powers, and then base physical defense and energy defense. You can see we've got quite a few points left to spend. I think we were trying to save them up to actually get this Mark 30 extremis armor is what we're trying to get to. We're pretty close. We're only 40 points away, actually. 38 points to be exact, but we get durability, energy, strength, spirit, and a 1% chance to summon a nano-controlled Mark 30 extremis armor suit to assist you for 30 seconds when you hit. That sounded pretty cool. Sounds like something we were going to try at least. And so a few more points, and we can get that for Captain America. So that's kind of exciting, yeah. I actually got 25 points, as I mentioned. We've been kind of cranking through the levels really good. If I was going to look at artifacts, obviously I would look at something. You can look at his powers here. He's a basic melee, movements, melee, range, shield throw, melee area, shield throw, range area, shield throw, and was that it? Yeah, so he's got melee and range, so probably one of the little little artifact that gives you, once you hit with a range power, your next melee power gains, you know, blah 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 blah, would be probably good for this character. Any kind of movement speed, attack speed would be good. Obviously, we got one there. We got something good there. Just a couple more. In fact, we've got a couple of those special artifacts that we found just a few episodes ago. Let's go take a look and see. We have the white suit jacket artifact, which gives him some health, some defense, and some damage rating with melee powers.
Jeez, Cap.
That's pretty good, but since he's got a lot of ranged powers and melee, probably what we need to do is really wait until we find a hero that's pretty much all melee. I'm thinking like Colossus might be all melee, or maybe Luke Cage, which we don't currently own. Hulk, you know, one of those characters, because we do use a lot of his shield throw, which are range powers. Anyways, let's look at the other one. Sacred White Gorilla Necklace, which gives us, when we critical hit, gain 405 physical damage rating. So this is going to be really good for a physical... I'm trying to remember. I believe he is physical. Physical damage, physical damage, physical damage. Let's see here. Give me some more. Physical. I just tried to compare and see how much, if there's anything he uses other than physical. Looks like he is mostly physical, so that item might be really good for him. When you critical hit, you gain some extra physical damage. We did have, I thought we had, yeah, we did have one buff on this item here already from our unique U-Forged thing, which is pretty good. Gives us an extra damage, 40 damage rating, and probably what we need to do is go through and figure out, we do have a choice here. We've got this, oh wow, we've got this shield here. Where is it? Right here. We just picked up not too long ago, and it gives us 6 ranks of all of our shield slinger powers, which are all these powers, which is our airborne assault, our torque throw, and our shield bounce, and our passive power there, and our indestructible shield. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 powers would all get a bonus of
Yes, I have been spending a lot of time in the lab.
6 ranks to each, plus some attack speed, some projectile deflection, and 11% chance to deal some energy damage when we hit, plus huge damage rating, 744, and then some energy defense and some other defense. So our defense would go through the roof. Right now we're sitting at 13,000. It might be adjusted by based on other heroes being in our location, but still we got a really high defense. I think the last hero, or a couple heroes ago, we only had one that was like 6,000. Damage rating, he's kind of just moderate. I would say 4 to 5 out of 10 damage rating, but when you combine all the combos you got going on, where you got your shield bouncing around while you're hitting people and doing things, and then when you activate your awesome fighting spirit, your damage rating goes through the roof. Then you can see basically doubles your damage rating, more than doubles. You get a huge defensive boost, you get power, you get endurance, you get toughness, Definitely, it only lasts for like 10 seconds, but 10.1 seconds. But still, it's when you add this power in, and you add the fact that your shield's bouncing around while you're doing your other powers, he's does a pretty good amount of damage. All in all, pretty good. Not, I would say, not one of the higher end. I would say probably, if max was 10, probably about a 7 out of 10, I would think. But like I said, we really haven't min-maxed him very much. We've got these huge items just sitting here waiting to go in. I just haven't decided if I'm going to replace these challenge bonus ones or not. I need to figure that out. As far as our core goes, it's okay, nothing great. We'll get a couple artifacts for him. We have a level 25 U-Forge, so we might replace that in there. And you can see we've gaining extra damage rating with our melee and ranged attacks there. So that's always a good thing as well. So that's a look at Captain America going up to level 60 and kind of our views and thoughts about him. I would say overall he is one of the basic characters. You can pick him up for free. Join Marvel Heroes, download it. You can choose Captain America and play for free. Graphically, I think his powers are slightly ahead of some of the other basic characters, but still not up to full standards compared to some of the newer heroes, especially graphically wise. Just the torque shield. I would like to see that little line that goes around, like, stay out there for an extra second. It's supposed to actually go around twice. If you look at this power, I thought it said that. Yeah, see, it says there are 2 hits, so I think it actually tries to go around twice. So I would have liked to seen a nice, 1 loop, 2 loop, where it stays out there for a second or two would be really cool. We don't even have a team insignia on this guy yet, which is really weird. Okay, didn't even realize that, but we'll remedy that situation. So anyways, graphically, at least some of his powers where he's leaping up and coming down, you can see, like, the ground zone thing, you see this shockwave come out. So pretty good graphic-wise compared to some of the other ones we did kind of recently for a basic character anyways. Fun ability, I would say he's pretty fun. Gives you lots of different options. He's, with his defense being real high, he's pretty tough. And I'm not sure what our health regen. We only have 4,000 health regen per minute. So I mean, his health will go down a little bit, but because of his defense and activate your buffs, you can see we're going to get a whole bunch of defensive rating and increase your maximum health and all that with your buffs. So that would definitely help you out. I've occasionally hit a med kit here and there, but nothing too extraordinary. And Fun Factory is pretty fun to play. He's not bad. He's got some cool powers. He doesn't get around the battlefield really well, which is one of his deficits. You can see he's really slow. He doesn't have any power to go from one end to the other really fast. And if he uses this little lunge to get around, you can see that it's going to be takes a lot of his spirit out. So you have to take that into consideration. He's good in one area. He does lots of good damage to groups of monsters. He still can. He's not as good against one-on-one like this guy here. My shield bounce doesn't really bounce off of one guy and goes off. And occasionally what will happen is to bounce off of him, hit a wall, and come back and stuff like that. But he's best for groups of monsters, groups of enemies, and really, does a little bit of damage to all of them, all kind of at the same time. And, that can help whittle them down really quickly. So, fun character. I would say probably, for all the basic characters, he's probably about a 6.5 to 7 out of 10. I would say probably a 7. I'll give him a 7. 7 out of 10 to play. He's pretty good. pretty tough, pretty resilient. His voice acting is pretty good. He's got some decent comments and nothing too annoying and nothing too repetitive. So really nice. So that's a look at Captain America. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We're going to get back to the action here. We've got some more chests that are dropping for some more of our heroes. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.